Good day, everyone. This is Dude, along with
Kami. Hello.
So we have an interesting camera layout. So today we are actually going to be playing Blade Rondo. So just as a quick note, Blade Rondo and each of the additional 4 games in the series do come with basic boards here, which are shown here on our larger mats. A spot for the attack, the voltage, the defense, and the life points. Both are set at 15 to start. Attack, defense, and voltage are set at 0 to start. So these now go aside, since they're not needed because we have the nice mats. The 2 cards. So both me and Kami have a copy of Enkindle and in Armor. So Enkindle allows us to gain 1 extra attack point for the cost of 1 voltage on a turn, and in Armor allows us to spend X amount of voltage to gain that much defense. Other important things to point out: the white cards here are the Muse cards. These are used for the single player. So these are essentially your enemies you're attacking. They're not used right now, so they now go aside.
We just wanted to highlight them real quick because you'll find them in the set.
Yeah, and they all fit. And the other odd thing, you'll notice these actually are sleeved. So even sleeved, they all still fit nicely in the initial box.
Yes, they did not come sleeved. We put them in sleeves because, yeah, we're going to be handling these cards a good bit. Yeah, nice standard clear sleeves, so both the back and front were visible, because the breath cards, which both me and Kami have, that I was just showing off, have different backing, which makes it helps if I hold them both in a way that the camera sees. So, has different backing, and the Muse cards I shown a minute ago also have a different backing, being white. And just also to call this out, these cards are actually not going to be in use during this round. This is essentially the master discard pile and now goes aside. Yes, so that it's not blocking my familiar / bond spot here. Set that right there for a minute and we'll discuss it in a moment. Yes. So, to start a game, there are a total of 40 sword cards. There's 2 of each card. You shuffle them. You deal 15 to each player. That leaves 10 that are immediately discarded. Each player then takes the 15 cards they were dealt and makes a hand of 7 cards out of the 15, which we've already done because that's the most tedious portion of the game. The argument of us going, but I want to use this. Yeah, and it's one of those going, this is the first time we've played where it isn't the... So, we've played the first battle game where it sets us at 10 cards each. Makes it so we get familiar with all the cards a little. Actually, yeah. A very nice introduction. When it says first do it. It's all the same rules. The only thing is you're dealing with a few less cards to start with, and you learn the game better. So here's my main hand. There's Kami's. Yep. Now, I'll move mine right here. We now get to decide who goes first. There's pros and cons to being first and second, as we're about to go into. Choose one of your dice and I'll choose the corresponding. I'll go ahead and roll the voltage one. So, highest goes first. I have rolled an 8. I have rolled a 0. So, I go first. Yeah. Which, in one way, helps me because if I remember correctly, I go to attack 1, right? No, I do not. No, I get attack 1. You get attack 1. And this special card, in Quicken, you have 1 additional voltage to spend this turn.
However, it is noted with the limited mark, which means after use, it's discarded and cannot be used again this game. So yeah, the balancing factor is I start off with being quicken and 1 attack. Kami, however, will get to go first.
Yes, which
And
in a moment
just to
we'll see the voltage.
point out 2 other things. So the dice do come with this game. These are countdown D10s. So they actually do go in order of the numbers to a maximum of 9. So 0 in this case is 0, not 10. And it comes with 2 glass beads for
marking the life counter.
Yeah. And again, you don't need these fancy mats that me and Kami have. It does come with these nice cardboard variants, and these are not thin, as you see. They're not going to be easily damaged, except if you do what I did a lot. But they're very nicely matted, and work exactly the same. They're just a tad bit smaller of a footprint, about a ½ inch difference on the diagonal. But yeah, exact same. The advantages, we have a clear bonded / familiar area, play area, and the breath area. And those are the 3 areas highlighted here.
Yes, but technically if you did not want to spring for the nice mats, you don't really need all this extra real estate.
You can use any mat, just plop that down, because that's the main thing, and just go, okay, next to it you have your bonded / familiar, your play area, and the breath goes underneath of that. It's fairly simplistic, and that's what we've actually come to really enjoy, even with the 2 test games we've done.
Yes.
So, with that said, Kami, you get to go first.
Alright. Now, it's the beginning of my turn. I go to 1 voltage.
Correct.
And
we'll discuss some of the other little quirks and all if we reach those points or at the end of the game.
yes. So, but at this moment I will go voltage is both kind of a round counter
Yes.
and also it is
a timer.
Well,
In a way.
you're saying it's a timer. What I was about to say was this is also your power bank.
Yes. Thank you. I said the wrong thing. Again, this is why I have Kami in pretty much all my videos at this point. Because I will say the wrong thing, and Kami will thankfully correct me, and I forgot to move that out of the... This is a weird camera angle for us.
Yeah.
We're going to be using it when we do a live stream at some point. So yay, it's a test in that case too.
Yeah. Anywho, so I currently am at 1 voltage. I can't do a lot with 1 voltage. I do have some options of what I can do. Probably my best option on this first turn, given that dude gets the 1 attack straight off the bat, would be to spend that 1 voltage, increase my defense.
Move the card up.
Oh, yes, with an armor.
So,
With the-
that gets moved into the play area.
Yes, that gets moved into the play area. Dude and I, during the practice games at least, weren't really moving it. We just kind of understood that it was in use. But we did talk about what we were doing.
At the end of your turn, if it's in your play area, it goes right back to the breath area.
For the breath.
That's why...
Or if it's a card, unless it's limited or
back
some
to your
other
hand.
effect, it goes back to your hand.
Correct.
So now that I have spent my voltage, there is nothing else I can do right now. I cannot play a card. I cannot increase my attack.
Yep.
That's end of turn for me.
So, beginning of my turn, I go up 1 voltage, and I'm going to do essentially the opposite of what Kami did. I'm going to play the Enkindle and raise my attack by 1. I have nothing else I can do, so now I'm at the cleanup step. That goes back, and that ends my turn.
Right.
And the first couple turns tend to be a little slower.
They can be a little slow.
Once you hit about voltage 3, that's when things really start popping.
So, let's see. I have 2 voltage to spend. I will use 1 with my in-armor to kick my defense up to 2. And I will play a Gambit card face down.
So Gambit is essentially your trap card. If I do something that triggers the trap, it can negate, cause other effects, depending on the card. So I am going to get rid of a piece of lint. Okay, I go up to 2. Now, I am going to use the Enquicken. This gives me 1 additional voltage to use, but it does not increase the dial.
So on this turn, basically, dude has 3 to spend.
And with that, I am going to use Hastening Rondo.
Which...
At the end of your turn, your voltage increases by 1. Limited.
So, now that it's played, it will be disappearing shortly,
yes. So, does your come into effect? Otherwise...
No.
Okay. So this was not an attack by any means?
No, this was dude is building up an army.
Uh-huh.
I can tell that right now from the...
That goes to 3. I'm setting essentially this as a separate discard pile because it's essentially goes to whoever goes first. So that gets set aside. This is my discard. And that ends my turn.
Alright.
So I've managed to sneak an extra voltage in.
So, my voltage increases to 3.
Yes.
And let's see. What do I want to do? I have a few options. First, though, I want to increase my attack by 1 using Enkindle. I cannot increase it by a huge amount to start with.
Yes, only 1 a turn.
Only 1 a turn. So in some ways I kind of put myself behind the ball here, but, you know.
Moving a stray hair.
And then I have 2 remaining voltage. I'll use an armor. Spend 1 to increase my defense.
Leaving you with 1.
Leaving me with 1. And I'll actually send an opening message here. Potentially.
Okay, so this is...
This is Igni Cosmos. It's a magical attack.
Does 1 damage. Now, the fun of the magic attack, which is notated by the blue, it ignores...
Defense.
So I go to 14.
Yes, even if dude had more defense, it would ignore that unless he had something to otherwise
counter
block
it.
it.
A trap card, essentially.
Yes. So, I have sent the first attack at this point.
Yep.
And Igni Cosmos returns to my hand as it is not unlimited.
Yes.
Or as it is not limited.
A limited card.
A limited.
So, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
See, yeah.
As long as the card doesn't have the L, it goes back to your hand after you've played it.
Yes.
Or if it has, and again, if there's a familiar, which I do not have. I've now given away strategy to Kami. So, I go up to 4 voltage. I will increase my attack again.
Yeah, we're getting into a fun cat and mouse game there with the attack versus defense.
And I will show off the card I'm using. Hastening Rondo.
Another one.
There are 2 of each sword type. I happen to get both in the 15 cards. It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, I gain more voltage, allowed to do more things. Means I have much fewer cards to play with quickly.
Yes, much fewer cards to play with, and also, we haven't gotten into it yet.
Yeah.
But, just a note that once voltage hits 9...
I take damage as if
every turn.
Uh-huh. It cannot go past 9. So that goes back down, this goes away, and I gain the voltage. Woo! I am now sitting pretty on the power, but...
it could go badly. Is this the end of your turn?
Yes.
So my voltage goes to 4. I am behind in terms of voltage, but I have some options here.
Yes. Yeah, my options have left me a little open.
Yes. So with 4, given that I have 4 voltage, I'm going to lead off with my Igni Cosmos magical attack for 1 damage.
Just leave it there for now.
Yes, I will. Sorry. And then I will play Crushing Claymore.
Is that the... Oh, that's gonna hurt, isn't it?
So this is a limited card. I can only use this individual card once. But physical attack, it has a secondary attack.
I lose 1 health, but that isn't the problem.
But that isn't the problem. It's the secondary effect that is the problem for Dude right now.
I have to now show 3 of the 5 cards I have to Kami.
And I get to discard 1 of his cards.
Oh, my babies. Yeah, you're not getting those 2.
Well, out of these 3, I think I know which one I'm going to discard. You get these 2 back.
Yeah, get my
this one
attackers
gets
back.
Discarded. There will be no HP cheesing a la the Elite Four.
Yeah, you gain 4 life is what Tender Whisper would have done. Woo. So that now goes in discard. I now have a whole 4 cards to play with.
Yes.
And yeah.
And Igni Cosmos returns to my hand because that should be the end of my turn. I believe I spent all my voltage.
So I go to 6. I'm now grumpy because, hey, I could have used that. Spending 1. I place a trap card. I place the, I forgot what it's called. Thank you, Gambit card. As signified by the purple symbol. I don't show the cards on camera because Kami can see the screen too. Assist is green. Those are your familiars you can summon. Blue is magical, which again ignores defense. And red is your physical attack. So I have 5 I can use. I have 4 I can use. I have 2 I can use. Okay, and so Igni Cosmos. Magical attack 1.
Attack, so it ignores my defense.
Yep.
I lose 1 life.
And Slashing Saber.
It's a physical attack. And my attack is 4, Kami's is 3, so that would deal 1 damage unless this card is active. It doesn't appear so. So that ends the turn.
Or at least I'm not playing it right now.
Yep. And that scares me.
So, I now go to Voltage 5. Let's see, I will use Enkindle to increase my attack by 1. That will leave me with 4 voltage currently. Which I will use 3 out to play my other Crushing Claymore.
Well, I surrender. Good match. No, we're playing it out. It's just... There went all my strategy. I wonder which card I'm losing.
Yeah, I will be removing your Tribute Lily. I do apologize.
She doesn't apologize. That's a lie. We all know it. So, Tribute Lily. Magic Attack X. X is your opponent's current life. So essentially, this is a... Hey, you win. Unless, for example, that card goes into effect. So, yeah. That hurt. And how much, let's see here, you have 2 attack, I have 2 defense, does no damage.
It does no damage.
It hurt, though. It hurt a lot.
And then, because I have 1 voltage left, Igni Cosmos, magical attack for 1.
Doot.
And then I have no further voltage for this turn. Everything returns to my hand.
I feel like I've hit the point where my glass cannon blew up in my face. Oh well. So I go to 7. My attack goes to 5, so that leaves me with 6. I'll boost my defense by 4, putting that at 6. I play my Igni Cosmos, magic attack 1.
So that ignores the...
Yep, defense.
So that does 5 damage, which, ow.
No,
Right?
it does 1 damage.
It does 1 damage.
Magic attack 1.
Magic attack 1. Oh, I thought it still counted for...
No.
My bad.
It just dings you. And then Slashing Saber, physical attack. That will do 2 damage.
Do 2.
Yes.
Or I could just be evil.
I was expecting the evil just to end the suffering quicker.
Would you like me to be evil?
Yes, go ahead and flip the card.
Warding Agate.
Ta-da. At the end of the attack, place the attacking card under this one. Your opponent gains the bonded effect. For the rest of this match, you may not use the card under this card, nor any card with the same name. By the way, you still would have lost the 2.
Ah, my bad.
But now it's going, so I have a locked card I can't use. I can poke at Kami now, but yeah, this is
your turn. This is the match is over, but for the sake of going through the full match, are we?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just going through this whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So I go to voltage 6.
I have lost, but just to show off gameplay a little more.
Yes. For the... this should help speed things up, though.
Yay!
I had Maddening Cadenza.
Wow. So, this is summons for familiar. It has at the beginning of Kami's turn, it does Bull Rush, doing 10 attack damage. Minus whatever my defense is, which can go up to 9.
Yes, but essentially it does have a slight summoning sickness because it's not the beginning of my turn currently.
It comes into play next turn.
Yes. And that burns all of my voltage.
Yep. So, okay, my turn. I go up to 8. Hey, I can't really do much. However, I will boost for 1 because why not? I can't do anything. I will max out at 9. And I will do 1 damage. That ends my turn. I still had voltage.
So, up to voltage 7. And this is where things really are gonna start going, because dude is at voltage 8, so turn after next will be automatic damage.
Yep.
Well, let's see here. I have 7, so I will increase my attack with Enkindle.
Mm-hmm.
I'll spend 1 more to increase my defense with an armor.
Mm-hmm. Leaving you with 5.
Leave with 5. Zealous Vihanda.
Wow. Attack ignores opponent's defense. Woo.
Yes. Oh, and the cadenza should have gone off, I think.
Oh, yeah. So I take 1 damage from that, and then I take 3 damage. And yeah, there's no way I can... So with that, however, we will call it as a defeat. There's no
reasonable way to... Yeah, it's death by 1,000 cuts at this point.
Yes. Because, after I hit 9, the following turn I would take 1 damage from voltage, because you can't go past 9.
And it would just keep going wrong from there until I was able to summon this.
Yeah, you had 1 too.
Yes.
Tribute Lily. Which, my 1 card here was Misty Pearl. Your opponent may pay 1 cost. If they do not, negate the attack.
So
that was my defense card. So, good game?
So, good game. Yeah.
I got whooped. Oh well. It was fun.
This was the first game of this I was able to beat dude at.
Yeah. My strategy, it will either do fantastic, or it is going to blow up in my face, and it blew up badly in my face. But yeah, so this is Blade Rondo. We will be doing the other games at a later date. Need to sleeve all those first though.
Yeah.
But we have the sleeves, so that's good news.
Yes.
And yeah, as you saw, that was
4, 5, 6.
the only thing we didn't show was the initial shuffle and draw step. So,
I was suddenly... that's where... Because you had the warding agate.
Yeah.
I was just going, where the heck is my... Not that we're going to be able to always play this set of cards.
Yeah. And again, these then all go back together, get shuffled again, and you can do another match with ease, with everything returning back to 0.
Yes.
And again, if you were playing Blade Rondo, for example, Kami could be playing the base, and I could be playing one of the 4 other variants there are. As I quickly do this so I don't add too much time to this video. Well, that's not working, so...
So just the box.
Yeah.
Or the
for
insect.
Example, if I was to pull out this variant, the Lost Dream. And as you can see, it says Blade Rondo on it. So yeah, there's 5 total, including the base. All of them are standalone though. Or for example, Kami could have a version of Blade Rondo. I have the exact same version. And we could really go to town with min-maxing our decks. But anyway, this was Blade Rondo. Thank you for joining us. And we hope you have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.